Carolyn Hatton, a mastermind and MBA life success coach. Our guest today helps women in their 40s, 50s, 60s challenge the belief that aging determines what their future can look like. Our message comes from personal experience. Caroline spent years struggling with weight, confidence, and an eating disorder, reaching a point where she felt stuck, wondered if her best years were already behind her. Then came a decision. She wanted more, more health, more joy, more confidence, and more life. That single decision began a journey of learning, mentorship, mindset transformation, nutrition, movement, brain health, and resilience, and ultimately led to our program, Reclaim Your Second Act. The six pillars to living vibrantly, strong, and ageless. Our guest today helps women recognize that their next chapter doesn't have to be a decline, it can be a beginning. Caroline, welcome to the show.
Sure, Dominic. Welcome. Thank you so much. You scared me to death.
Wonderful. Honestly, while I was reading about you and I saw that you struggle with weight, and looking at you now on my it's nearly impossible to think that someone like you struggled with weight. Wonderful. Look ageless and you are so beautiful.
Do you want to know? I've got a little surprise for you.
Okay, go on, spill.
Are you game?
Yeah.
Are you scared?
Nah.
Yeah. You should be. I have a secret.
Okay, so what's the secret?
Well, that was quick. You're not even scared, are you?
I know, I know you want to scare me, but I don't want to be scared.
I have a secret. I'm 80 years old.
Nah, that's a lie.
Say something, please.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
Caroline, that's a lie.
1946.
So how do you expect me to believe that looking at you now, right now?
Well, I'll tell you a little story. When I started this, I was in Mastermind and I started taking speaking coaching lessons from Laurie, who is their speaking coach. And she's 30. So one day she asked me something and I said, I have something I don't like to talk about. And I said, because if I say it too much, then it affects me. So I almost ignore my age. And I told her, and she went, what? And the whole class, they went really quiet. Story goes on, and she ended up with Tony and Dean in one of their masterminds. And they asked her, said, is there anybody in your class you're watching really closely? And she said, yeah, I have this woman that I'm watching really closely. She has the personality. She has the grit. She's, clever, blah, 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 blah. I said, and they said, she was in mastermind. You might, I don't know if you remember her. Her name is Carolyn Hatton. They said, yeah, we kind of remember her on the screens. And I said, well, she's teaching. So I had a thing called the Forever Young, and I changed that since then. And he says, well, and that's her niche. So they said, well, a lot of people, they have millions of students around the world. And they said, a lot of women about 45 are doing the Forever Young. That's such a used up, title. And then Laurie said, she smiled and she says, yeah, but she has something you need to know. She says, I'm going to show you a picture. He says, so get on the screen and look at the students' pictures and look for a picture. So then, what? She says, yeah. At the time I was 78. And he said, you're kidding. No way. She goes, way. And I go, no way, way. And he says, oh my God. All the other women are 45 giving Forever Young. And she looks like you can't believe it. He says, she is. And they said, we're going to promote her. She has cred, big time cred. How do you do that? And I said, it's actually pretty simple. Everyone makes everything so hard. You got to do all this dieting. You have to do all this exercise. You have to do. And it's really small steps. But the trick is you have to be continuous. You have to be consistent. That's it. The secret is consistency. And you have to, you just, and it's really interesting that you get a lot of people who say, "Oh, I want to do a diet," especially when I want to do on a diet, but I never make it. I never make it. And I have this theory. I used to be a doctor, and so when I was watching my patients I was really careful about watching how they spoke, what they told me, more importantly, what they were holding back. Especially a doctor, they're always holding something back because they don't want to hear the cancer word or the heart word. So they have symptoms, but they will not tell you everything because they're afraid. I said, so I'm really good at watching people. So when you have a webinar and you have all these people in the room taking your complimentary way, I'm watching every single one of those people. There are three kinds of people. There's a person who is not paying attention at all. You're not sure why they're there. There's a person who's like, oh my God, she's so great. Oh, and she cute. Oh, and it's like, they're like cheerleaders and they're performing. And it's like, they're not here to get information. They're here to have a good time. And then they'll go back to their girlfriend and say, oh, I met this cute girl and she was, that's not my client. The lady who is sitting on the third row and she's like writing like crazy, that's my client. And I know it before I even get out of the webinar. And then I usually have a 45-minute private conversation. And anybody who wants one can have one. And that lady who was doing that, she'll be the first one to raise her hand. And I'll always say one sentence that says, so tell me what problem you're wanting to pursue. And then I sip it. Not another word comes in. And then she'll go on, blah, 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 blah. She'll tell me about her kids. She'll tell me about her husband. She'll tell me about this. But she will not go near anything that we've talked about all day long. She's not my client. What she'll do is if she goes into your class and pays money, she wants to have a good time. And she wants to go tell all her friends of what she did. That was special. And she met this person. But then she'll always say, it wasn't worth it. I didn't get anything out of it. She never is going to. But then that lady who's writing, when I ask her that sentence, she'll get quiet, maybe, probably, and then she'll quietly say, I've been working on this a long time, and I know that I'm not getting anywhere by myself. And she says, this is what I said, I think we can take care of that. I think it's interesting how, watching people can tell you the success you're going to have. And I'm older, so I've been watching people for a long time. And I think a lot of coaches and a lot of people don't realize that you can actually pick your ideal client if you just pay more attention.
Honestly. And I think you definitely know how to pay attention.
Well, I've had a lot of time to think about it, having a lot of experience. But you were talking about, I got off on it. People who do things like weight gain, weight change, personality, all kinds of things why they go to see coaches. A lot of times you'll hear, oh, I tried this a lot. I did this, I did it, never works. And what I hear when I hear that, what I feel is that if you think about it, if you've done it 6 or 7 times and you haven't done it, what are the odds that you're going to get it? It's not the coaches. It's them. It's their mindset. But they're never going to say that. It's always going to be the coaches. And I do not understand. We just had FIFA. We had soccer. Oh, I love soccer. And you know what? All those gorgeous guys who are 20-something years old have at least 3 coaches. And they're at the top of the world, right? All ice skaters going to the Olympics have coaches. All opera singers have coaches. All actors have coaches. And we're afraid a little bit to say, I'm a coach. It's like, sing it out loud. Ice skaters have coaches. FIFA Cup have coaches. I'm a coach. Own it. And I think it's a little bit of something in maybe maybe not bragging, but coaches say they're coaches all the time and they're not bragging. So I think the person who never gets it done, guess what? They're going to get it on the 18th time? Probably not. They need a coach. And I see that happening more than anything else. Like when someone doesn't get it and I've tried it 18 times. I wouldn't even begin to take them on as a client. I said, unless you get a coach. And I could be your coach. I'm not guaranteeing it. We have to have a discussion. But if you haven't done it 6 times, Are you finding the magic pumpkin or something that's going to work? It's not going to, no, you need a coach.
Okay, so let's talk about you created Reclaim Your Second Act. What does second act mean to you?
To me, it means more life, means more happiness, means more joy. I get to have maybe some things I haven't done yet. I still have another chance to do it. There isn't a whole lot I haven't done yet. So, but I can do it again. I can have more, I can enjoy my life because I'm healthy. I'm not overweight. I don't have diseases. I don't have heart problems. I don't have leg problems, back problems, all the physical problems that people have. And all those problems come from having a really bad choices in their earlier life. Food choices, exercise choices, just choices. And that's how they got that way. And if you're not going to change that, and if you're that old, if you're much older than that, the odds of you not changing. So you have to start in your 40s or 50s. You have to decide and you go, okay, here it comes. No playing around. Time's going. You have to decide that you want to make some changes. And if you do that, you can be moi. Moi.
Wonderful, wonderful. You look so beautiful, honestly. So, how does joyful moments differ from exercising simply because we feel we should?
Say that one more time, please.
How does joyful moments differ from exercising simply because we feel we should?
I think that the difference between exercise and joyful movement is when you think about exercise or you think about gyms or coaching, it's always about reps. You have to kind of go past a comfortable stage. When I think about joyful movement, I'm a fencer. I fence. I'm a pickleball player. I'm a skier in the snow. I'm a tennis player. I'm I'm a lot of things. I dance the tango. Yeah, I love the tango. I think it's great. It's so cool. So I do a lot of things. I do fencing. I do the tango, tennis. I sail. Those are kind of a little bit more. I did those when I was younger and I can still do it. But you can do a lot of things. Pickleball is the rage. I mean, it is a rage now and it's mostly older people. It's social. So you get to have fun and then you get to have exercise and everyone's laughing the entire time. No one's, well, that's, I wouldn't say they're serious people, but it's a blast and it is like a rage in the United States. So that's, joyful movement is having fun while you're doing it, not wondering how more minutes I have to go or how many reps I have to go. I don't like that one bit. I even do Tai Chi in the morning, a little bit of Tai Chi, and I pretend I'm a ballerina and I pretend I'm a, samurai. I have little samurai movements, and they're exercise. Because if you go to Hong Kong and you see all these little, they're kind of like hills that are flat, and at 5 o'clock in the morning you'll see all these old people in white things, and they're doing this beautiful Tai Chi. They're 100 years old. They've been doing it for years. They get up there every morning and they do this beautiful, and there's moving. They're moving everything. And I saw that. I think I just now realized I saw that in Hong Kong maybe 20 years ago. I went, that is smart. That is cool. That is actually beautiful. It looks like a dance. It's beautiful. And so I plugged it into my head. So I do a little Tai Chi. I make it up. I do whatever I want. I make it up and I make sure I'm doing something, but I don't have to do the movements perfectly. I know that when I do that, I'm stretching, but I make it pretty. It makes it fun.
All right, so Caroline, what is one small change a woman could make this week that could begin transforming our second act?
You know what? It always comes back to mindset. Doesn't matter what you talk about, it comes to mindset. And if you have a mindset change this week and you decide one thing, decide, and then follow through, that is huge because that is momentum. It's not stationary. It's not going backwards. It's a step forward. And just keep doing one step, one step, one more step, one more day. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be sweaty. It just has to be consistent and it has to start.
Okay, so the message isn't simply about living longer, What does living more vibrantly actually mean to you?
More fun, more life, more adventures, more love, more everything. I mean, you live longer and you can live longer and not be healthy and be miserable, and you're not going to have any of those things. But if you live longer and you're healthy and you can move and you can do things, of course you're going to have more of all those things. What sets you back and not having those things is when you don't take care of yourself and you're miserable in your own being, in your own body, in your own mind, then none of those things are going to happen. So again, it's mindset. Mindset controls our fate. Fate accompli, as they say in French.
Okay, so if you could leave every woman listening right now with one belief about their future, what would you want her to believe?
You're a human being. You have a mind, a huge mind compared to your body, most mammals. That means you can decide. And somehow you need to figure out a way to decide that you can and you will, and then you just do it. We're animals, but we're not animals. We're thinking animals. We can make decisions. We can follow through. The biggest problem is that most people don't do either.
All right, so what what is one secret that you have about anti-aging? Because I know there's like a secret that you are not sharing right now. What is that one secret that you have? I'm not going to keep short. Share it with me and my audience.
What's my secret? I don't really have a secret. I guess people always think if you're successful in something, you must be secret. You have a secret. You must have something special that no one else has. That's not true. It's not true. It's the secret is I decided. That's it. I decided. That is a powerful, powerful word. I decided.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. This has been a very, very exciting episode so far. Thank you so much.
You're so
So, for
welcome.
those who would like to connect with you and learn more about what you do,
Thank you so
how
much.
can they do that?
Thank you for asking me. My website is www.the dash foreveryoung.com/home. And I do take emails on my business account, and it's Z as in zebra, GMIELE92 at gmail.com. I welcome any inquiries. Thank you.
All right, Caroline, thank you so much. I really hope I can have you on the show again, once again, Wednesday. I hope I can have you on the show once again so we can do this as well.
Thank you, Dominic. I had such a good time. I'm sorry if I scared you at the beginning.
All right, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day ahead.
You too, Dominic. Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye.